Welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Chica, your conscious mentor, and today I will be going over the January full moon in Cancer on January 17th, 2022. It feels so weird saying that because this is my first video recording for 2022. And I wouldn't have it any other way. We're going to be going over the January full moon, what you need to know about this full moon, and I'll also be pulling out some cards as I am sharing these deep downloads and transmissions with you guys. I want to say thank you for being so patient with me. I just got back from ceremony, 4 days, medicine, healing for everyone, collective, for myself, and it was the most powerful healing of my life thus far, and it will continue to be powerful. And I'm so excited for all the medicine I'm going to be sharing with you in this video for the January full moon. It's a big one, and this Cancer full moon is going to bring a lot of clarity, a lot of depth into our DNA, but also into what this year is going to look like for 2022. So make sure you get some cup of tea, relax, get ready. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bell so you don't miss a video. I do these full moon, new moon updates every single month. I'm also going to be posting a meditation energy healing transmission for you guys, as I usually do. That will probably be my next video for you guys. And I also have a really exciting announcement. So if you guys are on the email list, you already know, but I have officially launched the Quartz Vortex. Quartz Vortex is a program that is holded for anyone, any person who's been on this journey with me and they want to work with me deeper. It is a 1-year mentorship and deep group healing. So we have two. We have the Quartz Vortex and the Quartz Vortex 2.0, which is for the space holder, the healer. All that information is going to be down below in a link for you guys. And right now, if you are on the email list, you probably got a beautiful, beautiful gift. And if you aren't on the email list, go register because you're going to thank me later. And it's going to be so, so beautiful. So I'm really, really excited for that. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you are interested in going deeper with me, I do have my one-on-one mentoring because you guys do ask these questions. Yes, I have that available for some of my programs and spots available. Now let's get into this January Cancer full moon. So the first thing you need to know about the January full moon in Cancer on January 17th, 2022, so weird saying this, is that your home environment will be the main focus of this month. So we just finished having holidays. You know, I don't know about you, but who here feels like they're tired? They're exhausted. It feels like it's kind of hard to get into the new year spirit. And I say new year because I don't really see, you know, the new year as a new year. The new year comes in different waves depending on your birth chart, depending on, you know, you and knowing your soul and when that new year feels like for you. It might be March, it might be August, whatever it is. But collectively in this, I guess, Western calendar, we have the 12-month space. And anyways, whatever comes through is the trigger of it's a new year. I need to do better. I need to be better. But how many of you are feeling exhausted and tired? Put a star emoji down below because I'm going to help you with that. So during this January full moon, it's all about understanding, do you feel safe in your environment? After socializing with family and friends, or maybe being alone during this time, you know, a few weeks ago, whatever the holidays felt like for you, if it brought grief, if it brought joy, if it brought happiness, if it brought anxiety, whatever it is, this is your emotion. This is you living into understanding what you're shedding. And this brings me to, you are shedding parts of you. And that's why it's so important that your home environment is being understood at this time. And I'm going to ask Spirit for a card here to go deeper, but you really want to look into how has your home environment been impacting you in this new year and new journey. Now let's see what card Spirit has for us today for this January full moon in Cancer. So of course we have these cards. I told you guys, new home. So we have 3 cards. 3 is the number of divine. Thank you guys. Thank you guardians for bringing us in this. So we have 4, 6. 4, 6 is what? Representing 4 is awakening. 6 is the ending of this regeneration, which is essentially what this card is. Regeneration, okay? So at the top, from the surface level, a lot of us seem like things are great and it's like, ooh, it's a new year, it's a new space, it's a new whatever. but realistically, there's like this lava holding space for us. So what this means is that right now, the way we feel environmentally in ourselves and our souls and our being, it's important that we're just prepping our energy to act. This isn't a time for action. I know right now people are, promoting weight loss and, get the new year started and all that stuff. This is a journey. It's an eternal journey. So here it's really understanding, how are you prepping your home, whether it's environmentally, changing the space, making sure your space is clear so you're not distracted, getting rid of anything that you haven't gotten rid of just yet, and really making sure that you feel safe, cleared, mind and, mentally, emotionally through your human body. This is also a time where we get to bring in, I'm like looking to see what I wrote there because it was scribbled, but this is a great time to be intentional with our relationship with food. So regeneration is all about allowing our energy to just be processed, for us to kind of be mindful of our energy. So really look at what has been triggered around food around this time. During the January full moon in Cancer, it's about seeing how, when we see diet culture, when we see meals, how are you being hard with your relationship with food? This is a new opportunity to not only have a new relationship with food, but also have a new relationship with yourself. Are you instead downing the chips because you're still on holiday mode and you're still in that 2021 mode? Maybe there's still some things you're releasing. So it's a lot about seeing how our relationship with food is intentional and seeing what is triggering us with those relationships. Creating ceremony when we're cooking dinner, for example, is a great idea to do that. And I'm actually gonna read a bit of 46 for you guys so you can go even deeper and hold space for yourself deeper with this one. And here it's saying that rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought you were dead are now being revived. So the things that you thought that you didn't have an open door for, think of something that in your environment, home, or maybe just in your personal life that you've been really feeling stuck come the end of the year, maybe feeling a little bit sad about. Now it's like there's a new door that's opening up for you, and you might not necessarily see it right on the full moon. Come a few days after, it will come and confirm to you through a spirit animal, or it will come through in someone talking and it'll just click for you. Whenever you may have perceived as failure is loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful. Growing in its place, the rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. I didn't even show you this card, new life. I'm gonna read this after. Deep medicine. Destiny is being fulfilled in the wondrous ways. So ask yourself, how am I creating this new energy in my home for the new life that I want to prevail, the new life I want to create? It's one thing to write it down, but it's another thing to actually sit, rest, and reset so you know what to do with a clear mind. It's about gaining clarity during this full moon and understanding where that lies. This is also a time of working with plant medicine. So you guys know I talk a lot about plant medicine. Some of you have reached out and said that you are doing a plant medicine ceremony, and I hope it's been beautiful for you. Maybe this is a time that you want to learn more about plant medicine, and if you're in the quartz vortex, we're gonna go into that. I'm gonna be teaching you more about that, and I'm so excited because plant medicine is definitely the plants, whether what we eat, what we breathe through our diffusers or our incense. There's so much notion to the conscious mind knowing what plants to connect with to allow us to feel more safe. So maybe having some more root vegetables around this time, having warm stews are really great around this time for you. Getting plants to represent this journey with intention. So another thing that's coming through is maybe this might be a great time for you to get a plant, set an intention, put it in your space, in your apartment, into your house, and have that plant be a representation of something that you are bringing safeness into your life. So for example, you can bring and ask the plant, hey, can you bring more safeness and love in my heart? Can you bring more safeness in abundance and not feeling this lack of through this plant? Holding an intention with the plant, watering it, nurturing it as you nurture yourself through the foods you eat is going to help you so much. The other card I didn't share with you is there's no place like home. So this is all where it starts. If you're not feeling at home with yourself, if something is still feeling off, This is Spirit saying, hey, we need to get this under control before you go into the next chapter, because this is going to avoid this regeneration or rebirth that we talked about in the first card. Authenticity. Coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure, and it's a comfortable place to rest and create. A place that is known and you can call yours. This card singles that your ability to trust yourself. How are you trusting yourself right now? And feel at home and be in your own skin, beginning of the solidify as you claim your dignity, integrity, aspects of yourself. No one can take away that from you. You know that you are. You just are. You are being. You are learning how to be and not chase after this culture of this new year that we need to get everything done. Like, oh, I need to do this, do that. Like, this is not what this full moon in Cancer is about. January is all about honoring and preparing us for February, which will be action. But right now, we really need to listen to ourselves and say, what are the intentions? Be very intentional with ourselves. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. How are you allowing yourself to not let your ego lead you, but let your heart lead the space every day? Instead, you stand as an observer, seeing through the eyes of a soul. This puts you in the position of power, strength, and authenticity. So being authentic is crucial during this time of the January full moon. The second thing you need to know about this full moon is it's all about forgiveness. So one of my favorite meditations, and I'm actually going to post a meditation for you guys in this month of January. It'll probably be after the full moon meditation healing that I'll send you, is the Ho'opono Ho'opono. Ho'opono Ho'opono is a sacred meditation and healing mantra that is derived from the Hawaiian lineage. And the Ho'opono Ho'opono is, I am so sorry, I love you, thank you, please forgive me. And there's different ways of doing that. The one that I really resonate with is, I love you, I am so sorry, thank you. And what this brings is it allows us to think of right now in your body, as a lot of you are feeling tired and maybe you're just still resetting. The beginning of the year has been slow for you, but you're still feeling this sense of safeness in this time of uncertainty. You're like, whoa, this feels like the last 2 years of what we've gone through is happening again. Let's try to detach ourselves from that energy and instead honor in January for this full moon in Cancer on January 17th, 2022 is bringing the meditation of forgiveness. So how are you forgiving yourself more? How are you not self-sabotaging yourself? Who do you need to forgive in order for you to be on this next chapter of authenticity and come from your heart? You can't create this space that I want to make money, that I want to have a new home, that I want this new life, this new energy, if you have all this old energy still residing in you. And I'm going to call in the ancestor cards. These are one of my favorite cards to hold space for. You know, stepping into the space of forgiveness within the human body. So I love to say this when I do shadow work with people, be in your body. I tell people this all the time. They're like, Shika, what do you mean? Yes, I do plant medicine and I do a lot of shamanic practices and I'm the way of the I walk that path. But the beautiful thing about a shaman is that you don't need plant medicine to tap into that consciousness. You don't need to rely on anything to know that the medicine that you are looking for that new door opening that's coming into 2022 is within you. Your body, your higher self already knows what this year is going to look. It's already written. It's already done. It's already as it is. It's now, how does that journey look like? Now, again, before that journey goes in, we need to bring that Ho'opono into our hearts and feel it and actually mean it. It's like seeing the person that has done something the most hurtful. I want you to take a second, think of the person that has harmed you that's been coming up. The person that's coming into your dreams, the thing that's coming up often, again and again and again. When you say Ho'opono, when you hear the words, I love you, I am so sorry, please forgive me, can you say that with your heart? Or is it just, I'm just saying this because I want to get done with this, I want to let go of the shadow, that's one part. But there's a pure lesson and there's a pure healing in that we need to allow ourselves to honor. So let's see what card Spirit has for us with the Ho'opono for this January full moon in Cancer. This is really interesting. Be open to healing information. And the download that I got when I got this card, I'll show it to you because it's so beautiful, is that we need to be open to healing whatever information Spirit gives us during the January full moon in Cancer on January 17th, 2022. So let's read this one because this is some deep stuff, okay? So let's read it. Ready? Medicine Guardian. Listen to what is coming up within you and what is being shared with you by trustworthy others in your life. Pay attention to the healing information. Healing angels can help you heal emotionally, spiritually, and physically with your energy, but they can also direct you towards information that will help you return to wholeness. So one download that came through that I feel really called to share is that I know some of you that watch this video have gone through trauma, like someone has felt this, whether it's physical, emotional, mental abuse, and seeing the wounded masculine, putting that upon us regardless of who the person is. But one thing that came through me sitting in medicine the past weekend was that how many of us actually honor and say the exact thing that that person did to us, that maybe we've done it to someone else in another lifetime or in this life. We need to honor and to claim the same pain, not to attach ourselves. That's not what we're doing, but allowing ourselves to take in that opening of healing of that medicine, even if it's not something we want to hear, and allow us to find safeness in it. Allow us to find safeness of saying, this person was pained, they were hurt. To allow us to say ho'oponopono, saying, I am so sorry, not only to them, but to me. How was I, being hard on myself? How was I self-sabotaging myself? How was I feeling angry and pained? And I want to let that go. I want to let it release it from myself. When this card appears, information is being revealed and that can help you heal in an aspect of a current situation, whether that is health, relationships, or career. So be alert of the Medicine Guardian and its essence, which represents the capacity to heal with the power of will and desire. And the Chalice, which represents the returning of state of wholeness. What part of you do you feel like you've lost after that experience? What part of you are you grieving right now? What part of you are you not feeling safe in this time? That's been coming up as a pattern during the January full moon in Cancer. Ask yourself when this January full moon comes on January 17th, 2022, is understanding, what part of this wholeness do I feel like I've lost? Because we never lose it. What happens through these experiences is we feel a fracture of ourselves. We leave the energetic human 3D body because we're so scared. We don't feel safe when we come back and it feels unknown. We're like, what just happened? You didn't process it. You didn't forgive yourself yet. You need to forgive yourself in order to forgive the pain that is there that someone put on you. Have you forgiven yourself? That is why this pattern keeps coming up. And for us to be in our authenticness, our truth, our safeness, our home, our true heart, we need to do that. So really understanding the emerald color of this card represents the healing rays of the Archangel Raphael. So if you feel called, maybe calling him Archangel Raphael, who's present in this card here, and calling them in and during your meditation that I will post for you guys, or just through your rituals, or just in the few days for them to come for a sign to tell you, how can I take this medicine that they're bringing to me and bring it in with love, light, and beautiful pure essence. I want to read a couple things from the extended message because there's some things that are calling in for me for you. So you are being exposed to information and insight that will have this dramatic healing effect upon your life. We're not talking about just January. That's why I told you guys, January full moon in Cancer is more than just January. It's this whole year. It's the theme of how am I going to forgive myself in the next 12 months and onwards. There's no time existence, remember, with healing. If you're working through something mentally, emotionally, know that there is a spiritual energy supporting you with healing. How many of you aren't trusting what is the unseen world, the mystic world that is trying to reach their hand out to you and say, hey, I'm here to help you? If you are working through something that is physically challenging, pay a particular attention to the information that's coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. It will be supportive of your wellness. And your angels are here to remind you that the natural state is one of the wholeness of you and the role revealing into the wholeness of once more. There's a part of you that you feel like you've lost, and during January and the full moon, you are seeing it was never lost. It's always here. There's a part of your manifestation that you felt that you weren't really creating, but now it's like, it's there. There's a part of you that didn't think that you can find a partner that can be loving, and it's like, that's possible. There's a part of you that felt that money would not be able to pertain to you because you've gone through all this struggle and debt. It's possible. You've made it through the rebirth, the continuous rebirth in the past couple years of the earth and onwards. It will continue. There is such huge shifts happening in January, and I'm feeling it in myself. Our DNA is being shifted during this month. And in order for us to hold that, we need to forgive those parts of us. So the moment you forgive, you're going to shift from 3D to 4D to 5D to all these different essences of yourself, unlocking the gifts and the medicine that is within you because your wholeness was always there. The other card I got is the Shalim Master. Be graceful in movement and action. This is a very quick message. It's telling us how can we be in balance with our feminine and masculine energy and be in grace even in times of pain, in the sense of being vulnerable with ourselves as we're being in Ho'oponopono. If you're saying Ho'oponopono and you're being angry, look at the anger and say, I'm angry, and be forgiving to that anger. If it's a sadness, hold that, honor that, but don't shame it. Don't allow yourself to feel guilt. Not that you don't allow yourself to feel guilt, but don't hold it and attach yourself to the guilt. That's the important part. The last thing you need to know about this January full moon in Cancer on January 17th, 2022 is how are you seeing yourself in this world? Like I said, this year is really interesting because we're putting so much pressure that we need to have things a certain way and do things a certain way, right? But why are you putting this pressure on yourself? The pressure of putting that on ourselves is not worth it. And this is so beautiful. It is what is, and is what is what is. Through our perspective of our heart is what we shall always have. But if we don't allow ourselves to see the medicine that is there and cover our eyes, the blind eye of what spirit, what our guardians, what our angels, what the universe, what the moon is showing us, how can we claim what is forever ours? And what is forever ours is in our heart. So the more that we can be safe in ourselves, the more that we can ask ourselves, how do you see yourself right now in this present moment as you're watching this video? How are you fueling yourself? How do you want to feel right now? How do you want to feel 12 months from now? How do you want to feel 10 years from now? Something that was really powerful, and I'm going to share this in the Quartz Vortex, is a beautiful activity that allows us to go beyond the present moment and see expansive quantum leaps in ourselves. But with this full moon in January, it's all about fueling the body with good food, fueling the body with not garbage TV, music, news, fueling the body with good things in our body, nurturing the body of what it needs to feel safe. It's not going to help you by worrying about everything that's going on in the world. What is that giving you? It's just giving you fear. Does it give you anything but fear? Of course not. It's just giving you what you are searching for. And what you are searching for is not outside of you, love. It's within. How do you feel people see you? How do you feel your partner sees you? How do you feel your friends see you? How do you feel your parents see you? How do you feel your family, your coworkers? There's a shift. During this January full moon in Cancer, it's a little bit more emotional. We're feeling like we're taking on this essence that we have to be here when we're here, and that's okay. But we're working to there and beyond. There's no threshold. The sky is not the limit. It's beyond. It's eternal. So really focusing with your intentions while you journal during this full moon practice and ritual is how you see yourself in this world. How do you want to be seen? How do you want to feel? Start with the feeling of it. Releasing guilt and shame that you have to be at a certain place, that you have to organize your business a certain way because January is the time when people do. No. I took the first week of this month to rest. I was going through a huge human release Did I force myself to hold space for my clients? No, because I knew that wouldn't be authentic. I wouldn't feel safe in that space. I wouldn't let them feel safe because they couldn't release the way they wanted to. So we are then lying to our soul's authenticity and ourselves. So be in that place. Be in ceremony in your everyday. So every time when you're having breakfast during this January full moon, it's all about how do you create ceremony in your breath, in the things you do, in the life. Are you living the life that you want to feel? Or are you saying that you want to be this and you're not actually doing it in the sense of rest? When I mean rest is rest and reset. That's what this January full moon's all about. So really looking at that, another great thing that came through for me is maybe even writing a letter of an emotional response, like emotional promise to yourself. What are some things that make you feel safe? What are some things that make you forgive yourself more? What are some things that allow you to not be as hard on yourself and be gentle to that little self, that younger self that's within you, that present self, that shadow self, that higher self? Dear self, dear being, I promise that I will allow you to feel not fearful when you feel sad, depressed. I allow you to fully embody those emotions so you can be in your power and authenticity. Something along those lines is going to help you, but intuitively write what is the promise of your emotional self to allow you to feel safe to be in this world. Because unless you feel safe in this world, the world cannot allow you to be safe. You will attract the unsafeness in within. I'm not saying this to trigger you, but it might trigger you. It's just to help you, okay? The cards that came through, I love this, 4-4. Awakening number. I have an angel number video on that if you want to look at that in the angel number playlist. Thinker. You can't overthink everything right now. This is just like kind of a warning for a lot of you guys. How are you overthinking things in your life? However, the beautiful part about the thinker card is it's also calling us to reflect more. Are you reflecting more in this present moment, being in this time of shifting, of newness, of new life? Think about what you want to bring, how you want to feel. I wrote down some things I want to bring into my life, and I really noticed, wow, it's actually not that hard to attain it, but we're so scared of even starting to put pen and paper. The other card that came in is be here and now. Stop focusing so much on attaching on the goals of New Year's resolutions and focus more on what you feel now and how you want to be in this now. What I mean is claiming into this now, being with yourself, being with your soul, allowing yourself to feel safe in that. And in doing that, the manifestations will come in the ripple of February. I also want to keep in mind that we are currently in retrograde, loves. So during the retrograde, communication's off. We're not only having communication different with our loved ones, or those who are close with us, we're also not feeling this sense of like seen feeling. You don't understand how I feel right now. That's okay. But what's going to help you is this: how are you nurturing that soul to feel safe so it can communicate what it needs? Okay? Let's pull out some final cards before I end this video with you, loves. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just joining me in this space. I'm so grateful for you, and I am so excited for Quartz Vortex. Again, that information's down below. You do not want to forget that. So let's see what affirmations cards we have for the January full moon in Cancer, loves. Okay. I love this. 3 cards. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. This is something we all need to hear. If we worry about something right now, will it actually help us? If we worry about what's against us in this current present moment, is it actually going to help us? No, sorry. No, it's not going to help us. But what will help us is us allowing ourselves to focus on what we can change, what we can do right now in this present moment. That is what's going to help us. I'm going to just put it in focus here. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, right? The movement of settling and to see what do I want to bring in and claiming it during this full moon. What do I want to cultivate? The biggest chakra that's being activated right now is our sacral. So it's creativity, sensuality, love life, and ourselves, our sensual essence, our womb. If any of you want to do a yoni steam, it's a great ritual to do on the full moon. but knowing that change is happening and not fearing the change, not fearing the detachment of what you want to call in. You know, worry is not going to help that. So I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. This is a sacral chakra card. And then we have our last one, and it's humor. I was just talking about this with my shaman about this. So my maestro was saying that we need to laugh a little bit more because laughing is so important. When was the last time you had a really good belly laugh where you hurt your belly, like your belly was hurting? During the January full moon in Cancer, it's all about humor. How can you be more humorous with the outcomes and the mystic medicine that Archangel Raphael and just your spirit guides, the animals, are giving you, even if it's not what the medicine you want? So laugh about it a little bit. Oh my gosh, like, you know, it's a detour. So what? I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna trust the process. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I know it's so easy right now with the environment to look at the little things that aren't working towards us, how long we've been in this journey together. But what is it gonna do? Let's laugh about it a little bit more. We've been taught in this time, and especially the past few years, that we can't laugh. And maybe we weren't given permission. Our younger self couldn't laugh as much. We didn't feel ready to laugh. We couldn't laugh at all. Let's bring more laughter. Find things and activities during this full moon to bring humor into your life. Have a good time, call a good friend, say something funny, look at a funny show, bring that alignment into your life. So that is the January full moon in Cancer and what you need to know for this January full moon on January 17th, 2022. Let me know down below what resonates with you, what's coming to your heart, what are you feeling? I'm so excited to do this with you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you don't miss a video, share with your friends, and feel free to come back to this as many times as you want just to refresh and tune into what is really speaking to your heart. I will be posting a meditation and transmission, energy transmissions for you, love, because you know I will. And again, thank you so much for all your loving messages and love as I'm bringing this deep medicine and I'm up leveling, and we're all up leveling. We're all, our DNAs are activating. It's beautiful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Bisous. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.